Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours. Your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Pardon me. I've had to move my setup a little bit here, and no matter how much you think you're ready, we all know that a couple of things are going to go wrong right at the last second. So I'm as unprepared as everybody, but it's okay. Hopefully everybody takes inspiration from the idea that mistakes don't matter as much as we think. And yeah, my webcam is going to be terrible for today. I can't do anything about that right now. But I will probably change my webcam next week. Luckily, I've got an extra. I just don't have time to put it together right now. But that's the least important part of what we're doing here. The most important thing is talking about channels that are here with us and the Superchat family. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Let me spin the wheel really quick because I didn't even get a channel ready to go for today. We got a few friends that are live. Little Lego and King Morgan are both on. Rushing Wind Mountain's been a longtime friend for about 4 years now, and they come to us from the Pacific Northwest. They bring us a mix of wildlife and nature on their channel. They're here with us for just about every stream and have been for as long as I can remember, for which I'm grateful. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for hours at a time every time we stream. But I do appreciate every moment. When we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, we know that this creator's name is Ruby. Often notice them mentioned by name here in our chats. And they are growing rapidly, now over 11,000, which is great to see. Like I said, a mix of wildlife and nature. Their videos range anywhere from an hour to down to a minute long. And they are here with us as a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter frequently. I see they've put out quite a few videos recently. I'm going to take the latest fireplace video from yesterday and put that into a special playlist I use called my catch-up playlist, and I just use that to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. They've got some shorts on their channel as well. Some of these have done really well, getting into 11,000, 12,000, and even 16,000 views, and then live streams on the channel are frequent also, and they've been experimenting a lot both between horizontal and vertical live streams and have found a little bit of success in being pushed out. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and I hope everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain so that you can get some of that support coming back to you as well. Greenland Quilter Katie is dropping a super chat. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. They've done that before, and every time we have a super chat or membership gift, we put that channel on the screen right away as soon as that happens. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment, and I've got quite a few more names to add to the wheel as well. So we'll leave Greenland Quilter Katie up here for a moment, do some introductions, and I appreciate everybody's patience, especially with our clunky beginning today. I've gone through a few changes, all with positive reason, and that means moving my system around. We all know what that kind of thing can be like, and should be back on to at least 3 streams per week. G-Zone, good to see you in the house. I'm just getting a few names onto our wheel. Just Jason Keto and more is here as a member and a moderator, as well as Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, of course, are both at the top of the wheel. All the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. The Bud Files is being added to the wheel. Handicapped Travelers is there. Of course, Canadian Family Life and Butler Family Farm. We're early in the door. 24. Heavens Fire 18 is on there. Coach Mary Ma is a long time friend. Hilda DC is a beloved and dedicated moderator here as well. Moderators and members are added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then over the course of the stream, I'll add more names to the wheel as we need them based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We should be here for about 3 hours. And Fever Dream Animation, I was lucky to catch them for a premiere earlier today. Curmudgeon, Alaska, I can't wait to talk to you about what's been happening with your channel. I know it's been a little while. And I appreciate everybody's patience because through the different things I've had to do over the last week or two, I've not been on YouTube very much at all. And actually, I have to appreciate Tiffany from Canadian Family Life reached out just to say, hey, everything okay? Because we haven't seen you, and you're usually, out there. And I really appreciate that, and it's kind of heartwarming to know that creators are out there supporting each other, noticing when people are not around or not following the same patterns that they have been recently. And luckily we've got a lot of overly generous creators looking out for each other, and as the host of Superchat, of course, I'm lucky to have seen that over the last 4 years. Cake and Meat Eat Day with Cherry is Danforth Avenue Wellness. Good to see you in the chat as well. Glorious Platters, a longtime friend. Wheats Art is in the house. Matthews Bushcraft is part of the Big Family Expedition. It's good to see you here. Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is always early in the door. Henry Leslie, Vermont. Good to see you here. Mr. and Mrs. Lady, good to have you back. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I think I just missed some more activity here. Pardon me while I scan through the chat to see if I can catch up a little bit. We're moving quickly today, so thank you everybody for that. Curmudgeon Alaska is dropping a super chat, so we'll get that channel up next. Joker J321, good to see you in the house as well. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And forgive me, I'm rusty. We haven't been on for about a week as well. I try never to miss. Forgive my silliness the other day on our American Friends Thanksgiving. I really thought we were going to get a stream in. Ended up working and not being able to get that done. But luckily we're back. Living Large with L Crew, good to see you here. Marketplace Boutique is a member. They're going to be added to the wheel right now. We're going to get to talking about channels in a quick second here, but we'll fight our way through my lengthy introduction today. Rock Chick Beauty from the UK is in the house. Nisa Faraway's here as well. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Andy from Backyard Trucker is also here, of course. And for anything I've missed in the chat, hopefully everybody will just repeat anything that you needed me specifically to say. I'll appreciate it if you don't mind adding 3 thumbs up or at mentioning Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That will certainly help me out. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So my anticipation of today's stream tells me that I'm going to make a lot of mistakes as well. So I'll appreciate everybody's patience. At the last second, I realized I don't have my stream deck with me. So when I play all those pre-recorded clips, we'll see how well I can do when I'm doing things manually. Thank you, Butler Family Farm, for those thumbs up. Yeah, snow shoveling is on its way. Cake and Meat Eat Day with Cherries from Toronto. So they definitely are one step ahead of me when it comes to the idea of knowing when snow's coming our way. But apparently today was a little bit of a dusting again. It was much heavier north of Toronto. I'm not sure what Toronto got. I actually was leaving Toronto just as it was starting, I think. Rock Cheek Beauty, thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She's done that countless times before, and for that reason we'll put her channel on the screen after Curmudgeon Alaska. They've got a special story for their channel as well. Sir Dank for Jesus, good to see you in the house. Oh, for the life of me, why can't I remember whose channel that is? Oh, if you don't mind just reminding me, and forgive me, I'm tripping all over the place here today, but I'll appreciate everybody's help. First Floor Audio is Lee. Good to see you in the house. So Dank for Jesus is a second channel from one of our friends who's here like every day, and it's escaping my memory for some reason. Unfortunately, my memory is not what it once was. Greenland Quilter Katie though is here. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. They're almost at 2,000 subscribers though. I think they're actually right at the door. Thank you, Handicapped Travelers. Yes, forgive me for that. I should know. I've got Handicap Traveler on the wheel because, of course, they're a member. So, Greenland Quilter Katie is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. It looks like they're doing a couple of collaborations here in the latest couple of videos. I'm going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list and see what they've got going on there. When we look at the channel, we see some information on the About section, talking about what we can expect from the channel. So far, I've seen a lot of the Greenland videos, and they've given us a real great look at some of the scenery, including the icebergs and glaciers and stuff like that. Somebody like myself otherwise might not have seen. And then shorts on the channel have already gotten into 2,000 and even 2,800 views, which is great to see. And then when we look at live streams, we see that they're on regularly, and it seems like they're on just about not quite every day, but every other day, every 2-3 days. And lots of StreamYard panels, and that's, collaborating in any way, shape, or form is a great way to grow your channel legitimately. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're all but guaranteed a good handful of subscribers for your channel. Leonica, thank you for a super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done that countless times before. We'll put their channel up right after Rock Chick Beauty. I see Intrepids is also in the house, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody. We are moving way faster than I thought we were going to go today. So thank you, everybody, for that. And let's look at our next channel. Thank you again, Greenland Quilter Katie, for another super chat, by the way. Curmudgeon Alaska is going to be coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Curmudgeon Alaska, they've got a really special story going on their channel. They've been friends of ours for a very long time, but recently they struck into, I don't want to call it luck, but there probably is a little bit of a luck aspect to it. The thing is that Rob and Sarah have been running this channel for a long time already. Let's just have a look. They've been here since 2021. So what they are doing is giving us a look at a completely off-grid homestead and Airbnb in Alaska. They've been consistently putting out content for all this time, at least a couple years, right? And when we look at their channel, Rob insists, and luckily he had a conversation with me about what was happening that I'm about to describe while it was happening. He insists that they weren't doing anything different. They just put out a video that flew like wildfire. If you look at this video right here from 2 months ago, 20-minute video, 1.6 million views. It was just skyrocketing, and what that has done has launched this channel. And you see every video afterwards is just like striking gold, right? Which is great. And couldn't have happened to a nicer couple of people. Rob, Sarah, and of course Zeus on the channel. They give us all the different aspects of not only building and looking after their off-grid Airbnb and homestead, but what it takes to get supplies in such a remote area. You see some of the snow that they're already dealing with over there, bringing us supplies from flag stops when the train comes around the area and things like that. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. But they have just blown right past 40,000 subscribers. They're past 44,000 now, which is great to see. And monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So it's been a couple of months since the beginning of this launch for this channel, based on views and YouTube really pushing it out. So I'm looking forward to talking to Rob again and seeing what it's like to have a channel that's just, blown up so fast, so well. As well, they've got some shorts here, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 views, and then they've got some live streams as well. They're typically live, I think, every week, or just about. They typically do these Saturday live streams, and I'm sorry that I've missed the last couple, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. And I see Forever Goshlin 3004 is in the house. Mama G Gear is here. Yeah, I bet it's a wild ride, that's for sure. And I hope everybody, it goes without saying, but I hope everybody is, always happy for each other when you see people hit milestones and things like that. Jealousy and envy and things like that are a part of life, but hopefully everybody understands that not just the first time something happens on YouTube is literally the first time it's happening, whether it's to you or anybody else. But when you see things that are possible for other channels that you can relate to, hopefully you understand that there's possibility for everyone. And the more channels that have these levels of success, and again, forgive me for using the word luck, I don't have a better word to add into the consistency and quality of content that they've been putting out. But it's a mix of everything, that likely led to their, launch into that trajectory, if we want to put it that way. But like I said, the nicest people as well. Rob right away reached out as soon as their video started flying to let me know so I could share the information with everybody here, and that itself is over the top generosity. There you go. Yes, thank you, Just Jason Keto and more. A much more clear and concise way of mentioning what I'm trying to say. And then let's look at what's coming up next. Thank you, by the way, Curmidgeon Alaska, for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. Rock Chick Beauty has done the same thing, so we'll put that channel up next. Every time we have a super chat or a membership gift, we put those channels on the screen right away in order, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Thank you, CaliKing916. Never wish traffic on anybody, but I do appreciate you listening in. And glad that anybody that does that kind of thing is being safe about it. We got a few friends that run the stream in the background when they can't be participating in the chat effectively, and I always appreciate every moment, right? Rock Chick Beauty is up right now, and we're going to see what Oriane has got going on her channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So when we look at Rock Chick Beauty, we see another friend of ours that's been here from pretty much the beginning of Tuber Chat. We're talking 4.5 years now. This creator's working on 1,400 subscribers, monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And when we look at what Oriane is doing on this channel, first of all, they got a brand new video. I'll take that and put it into my catch-up list so that I can get caught up. This creator typically puts out videos every week or two. Occasionally they live stream. We'll look at those in a moment. They got some shorts on the channel as well. But one of the questions we might ask ourselves is if we were going to reset and restart, which I never recommend, but some creators do it, and it's absolutely fine if that's what's necessary. Could you come back stronger and more solidly the second time around? And Rock Chick Beauty has done that. You can see the professional look that she gives to her thumbnails. Her bright, bold headshots make her recognizable. And on her channel, she talks about all things alternative. She started with makeup and beauty and got into some unboxing videos and hauls, now got into sponsored videos as well. and some shorts that bring a little more variety into the channel. These have gotten into 2,500, 3,200, 4,400 views and beyond. And then live streams, like I said, she's on occasionally. It looks like about once every month right now. So she's probably due for another one very, very soon. So hopefully everybody has the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can. Sometimes we see creators dress up their channels with things like banners and avatars for holidays and special occasions, and Rock Chick Beauty's known for doing that as well. So again, she's in the UK. That's Oriane. She's been a dear friend to all of us for a very long time. Sister Winnie, I see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Sister Winnie never forgets that thumbs up. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say it a million times. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So thank you again, Rock Chick Beauty and Leonica, for these super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Lee's doing the same thing from First Floor Audio. Absolutely unnecessary. Always appreciated, of course. Like I keep saying, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. And I noticed that Curmudgeon Alaska actually took over our stream boss position. So that is the video game life meter you see under my camera here. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure, and Curmudgeon Alaska's held that position before as well. And then when we look at Leonica's channel, we see 1,600 subscribers. First of all, just a few videos here, but this creator actually goes live frequently. They bring more variety onto the channel with some shorts here, getting into 1,900 views now. I think that one's still getting views. And then live streams. So here we go. So they seem to be on. They were on frequently up to about 4 weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to bring something else out soon. And again, I know I say it a million times, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So Leonica, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I hope everybody will connect with them. They let us know they're going to do some gaming reviews, online shopping, inspiration, a little bit more entertainment, and a bit of variety on the channel as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. We'd love to push her towards the 1,700 subscribers we know that she's thinking about. And thank you again, Leonica and First Floor Audio, for these super chats. We'll get First Floor Audio up there right now, and looks like we've got our groove back, so we're starting to move a little bit faster now. We'll see what this talented singer and songwriter is doing on his channel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. First Floor Audio is Lee, and this creator's been a longtime friend, also from the UK, a talented singer, songwriter, performer, and producer. When you catch him on his channel, he puts all his original works out as videos, and you'll see tons and tons and tons of these, as well as shorts on the channel that are meant really just to promote the live streams. When you catch this creator live, he's probably going to be producing and performing at the same time. And this creator often brings on StreamYard panelists to join him. Sometimes there's themes to these live streams as well. I've caught him for like an 80s night. Sometimes he's doing originals, sometimes he's doing covers, and always interacting with the chat. But you can see these live streams go on for a few hours each as well. I'm just going to grab one of his latest ones. I'll put that at the end of my catch-up list and rerun one. I haven't caught him live for a couple of weeks now, but First Floor Audio is monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And he's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a very long time. He's been with us at least a couple of years now. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you in the house. That's Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. And then thank you, Mama G Gear. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I will show your channel briefly, but thank you for that. We'll just put it up quickly. And before we do that, what we're going to do is take a break for about 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, we're going to try to play a clip from our new podcast series. This is a handful of videos now that are listed in a playlist and as a podcast. They're interview style with a few creators who have been longtime friends of ours and have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So, Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing, like the slot pool, I'll say, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. Okay, so everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, have you ever eaten this? What you put, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. Does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. Okay. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is what we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you. You have an interest in this particular topic.
Alright, we're just about back. This might be a disaster for a second, so bear with me. Yeah. There we are. Okay. And we're looking at Mama G Gear. This creator actually dropped a super chat right before we went on break there. For which I'm grateful. She's done that many times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated always. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment, as we always do. It's not going to be too much longer before I start adding names to the wheel from our chat list, of course, and that is based on how active everybody is in the chat. Yeah, Butler Family Farm, it's funny, and Curmudgeon, Alaska, because I don't have my Stream Deck. And I got the thing. First of all, Kristen, my girlfriend, not Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen, but Kristen Welton, gave me the Stream Deck Mini as a gift. And I loved it so much that I had to use had to get a Stream Deck, the XL, because I use the buttons, and that's how I play those pre-recorded clips. It makes it so easy. But when you don't have it, I'll show you what on earth I'm talking about. Here's the Streamlabs desktop program, and this is what I'm looking at when we're on another screen in the background here. You can move this around and this and that, but these sources, we call them sources, meaning either media, or it could be photos, or it could be the screen that you see that's usually got the wheel on it with channels. I've got all these different things. You have to click them. The problem is, so you click, and then whatever it is, a video or whatever plays, but then you've got to turn it off after. If you switch scenes, like to where we say we'll be right back and then we come back, and you haven't unclicked it, then it will start to play again as soon as you re-enter that original scene. That's why often you see that we go on a break, and when we come back, clips start playing because I forgot to turn them off. With the Stream Deck, it's easy. It's just a button. Press it once or twice, everything stops. If that makes sense to everybody. I know it's a clunky description I'm giving you here, but when you have to click them, if you don't unclick and then you go into another scene, you can't unclick it. It's impossible. So it's something else. But I really do love the Stream Deck for that reason, and we'll talk about that in more depth another time, I'm sure. So when we look at Mama G Gear, we see a longtime friend with now 3,400 subscribers. They let us know on their About section what we can expect, including crochet, crafts, unboxings, felting, designing, and lots of other friends on the channel as well. Monetize, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm just going to grab the latest video, and this will be interesting. I didn't know there was such thing as a Lucille Ball Museum. My mom would have loved to have seen something like that. I Love Lucy's her favorite TV show from forever. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that they've gotten into 2,700, even 3,600 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. They got one coming up. It's going to be in a few days. I got the notification on for that. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Like I said, Mama G Gear's monetized. Lots of ways to support them when we get there, and thank you for dropping a super chat again. They've done that countless times before. It's time to spin the wheel, and we'll get the next channel ready to go. I didn't know that, Mama G Gear. That's really cool. You know, most areas of North America, our friends in the UK, all over the world, have different historical significance, often relating to things like pop culture, if we want to call it that. But that's a really cool thing. So very cool that there's a tribute to her in the area as well. Marketplace Boutique is coming up, and we'll see what Jody's got going on. This creator brings us a basically one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. She was working in law and wanted a career change. In around 1998, she started working in e-commerce, and now she brings to us on her YouTube channel the ideas of buying and selling either offline or online, a mix of the two, often on platforms like eBay. She goes much farther than talking about the technical details. She talks about how to find the right types of things to buy and sell, and even takes us shopping and shows us how she buys collections of different things to split up and sell individually. She's given us tutorials lately on a few different aspects for our YouTube channels, now that Jody's got some experience here and over 1,500 subscribers, monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm going to take the latest Christmas decor shopping video and put that into my catch-up list. This creator does one of the things that I talk about frequently here. A lot of creators are bringing variety into their shorts videos. So regardless of category or niche for the channel, they bring variety into shorts, filming just about anything that could be entertaining. And Jody's done really well here with 13,000, 14,000, 19,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. She has frequently collaborated with Backyard Trucker. We see a lot of different types of live streams here. She could be taking us out on the water, hanging out by the fire, going for a drive, and there's a talking head video, which is really cool. So, sorry, I missed that one. It was yesterday. And then Marketplace Boutique is never too far behind Backyard Trucker, so I'll put their channel up. Sometimes I feature these creators together just because they collaborate and support each other so much. When we look at Backyard Trucker's channel, we see that they're working on 1,900 subscribers, monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Backyard Trucker's here with us for just about every stream, for which I'm grateful. I know not everybody can be. When we look at the latest video, they're working on Christmas now, which is going to be a very popular subject starting today, and I know a couple people mentioned it, but yes, congratulations to anybody who started a Vlogmas series. You got to hand it to anybody who can do a series of videos of just about any kind, but especially when we talk about, you know, almost a month in a row. Jersey Gypsy, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And Black Guns and Gardens is also here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Consume the goodness. Forgive me, I didn't say hello when you came in, but I did put you on the wheel. Ben Cyan Games is on there now as well. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. When we look at Backyard Trucker, we see Andy. This is a self-employed small business owner, a truck driver. He films just about anything that comes to mind for us to see. A lot of do-it-yourself videos, and this creator's done really well with dash cam footage, actually, in the shorts on the channel, getting into 12,000, 13,000, even 15,000 views. When we look at live streams, he takes us on the road with him. Sometimes he does a few different things, so that'll be a different kind of stream. Sorry I missed that yesterday. But often he's on the road and had some success with these vertical live streams, having YouTube push them out. You can see some of the view counts on these streams. It's sporadic, but they get into a couple thousand views and beyond, which is great. So Backyard Trucker is here with us frequently, just about every single stream, monetized, lots of ways to support them. And obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. Pretty Enchanted, good to see you in the house. Thank you for that 46th thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Butler Family Farm, Jerry and Susan, you didn't have to wait too long today. They're here with us for just about every stream. and usually for the entirety of it, which I appreciate. So there they are together. Jerry and Susan actually share the camera work on this channel, and they've got 116 acres of farmland to cover. So they bring us homesteading style content. They got bees on the farm. They got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, and dogs. Butler Family Farm will show us all that it takes to look after this property. They take us around the farm. They bring us into their home. Jerry brings us into the shop, and they head out to meet lots of other creators, both in small and large meetups, which is really, really cool. When we look at shorts on this channel, it's all in line with their long form content. They've got 12,000, even one at 50,000 views, which is great to see. And live streams on the channel are frequent. They're on every Monday as a minimum. And I've been on the channel a couple of times with them, but they're often featuring other creators in StreamYard panels or actual live streams from some of the large meetups that have up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters coming out. Some of these Ozark meetups and the Mid-America meetup and things like that, as well as these StreamYard panels. So you'll be introduced to lots of new friends when you get over there. And I noticed that tomorrow is going to be Susan's birthday live stream, so that will be really, really cool. We should be able to catch that. And again, I know I say it a million times, we always put notifications on for everything we see, premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. So I spun the wheel. Coach Mary Ma is going to be next, but Consume the Goodness slipped in a gifted membership there. And we always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen in order. We'll get back to spinning the wheel, and we'll look at what Kendra's got going on her channel for today. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I'm missing a lot of introductions today. I don't mean to. Karina Thomas, a.k.a. Triple Hot Mess, might still be in the chat. Coach Mary Ma, like I said, is coming up next. Nisa Faraway's dropping a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that many times before. Forgive me, I probably meant to get back to you on Instagram. I have had the busiest week of my life, it feels like, actually. All for good reason, but I haven't had even a spare moment. I've been tripping over everything this week. So Nisa Faraway is looking at some monetization for the channel. We're going to look at their channel in another couple of moments here after Coach Mary Ma, because I already spun the wheel. But let's look at what Consume the Goodness has got going on. Kendra is the creator behind this channel. I see they got a new banner there, and it's nice when creators update those things. It's not necessary, but a lot of creators like to see that happen, especially when we're visiting each other's front pages. Lewis Acre Farm Karma, good to see you in the house as well. When we look at what Consume the Goodness is doing on their channel, they're working on 1,400 subscribers, first of all, and it looks like they've already started with Vlogmas here, because they've got a, I'm not sure if that's it, they've got a relaxing fireplace video with a Christmas tree here from this morning. Consume the Goodness Kendra is typically going to bring us healthy eating, healthy living. They've changed up their banner here so I can read right from it. Faith-based motivation, mental health, workouts, encouragement in genuine and fun ways, and then keto carnivore meal ideas as well. So Consume the Goodness. I'm just going to grab one of your latest videos here. I'll grab that relaxing fireplace video and put that into my catch-up list. You can see I'm quite behind, actually. I'm just going to put a notification on for another premiere that they've got coming up tomorrow as well. It looks like they're doing a few of these. So they're doing some ASMR almost type videos, and then they've got shorts on the channel as well. These are going to bring a bit of variety, and 24,000 views, one at 49,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on this channel as well. Great to see you collaborating with others, but they seem to be on approximately, I guess they're sporadic, because they did these, that was a genuine A, by the way, for our Canadian friends. it looks like they did a few of these, possibly once a week for a few weeks there, and then one just last week almost. And we'll see if they're going to pick those up. But we've always got notification bells on every single channel that's in the spirit of catching each other as often as we can. The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Nisa Faraway is coming up right now. They draw. Oh, and by the way, pardon me. I'm getting things out of order here. Consume the Goodness, thank you for another gifted membership. Kendra has done that several times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support, even though it's absolutely unnecessary. And then Coach Mary Ma is coming up, and Nisa Faraway dropped a super chat, so we're going to look at that channel next. Cruise Nuts, good to see you here. Mr. Fulton Mraz is a friend of mine for about 5 years now. He's been with me since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. And they've always got interesting news in the chat, so thank you for letting me know you got your Christmas concert coming up. And then when we look at Coach Mary Ma, we're going to see some inspiration and motivation in this channel. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then thank you again, Kendra. When we look at Coach Mary Ma, this is another longtime friend. She's been with us a few years, and she is going to help us become limitless and unstoppable. The idea is she's a reset coach. And when I read from her About page, she wants to use a 5-step process to help rebuild self-confidence, improve self-worth in different individuals, and we can get that kind of information from her channel in her videos. She posts frequently. She just did one 10 days ago. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlist could be a great tool for that. But you get an idea from some of her thumbnails here about the inspiration and motivation that she's bringing to us. Shorts on the channel feature a little bit of variety, getting into 1,400 and 1,600 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're on here occasionally as well. So it's been a couple months, but they were doing these frequently, so they might be bringing some more live streams. And again, we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Nisa Faraway is coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Nisa Faraway, we see a channel now working on 2,400 subscribers. So they're aiming for monetization, and luckily having conversations with me about that as well for some of the things that they're seeing and noticing. I often mention National Geographic when I talk about this channel because there's informative content here, and you can see all the different types of wildlife that they're bringing us in these informative videos. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with this channel as well. And when we look at what Nisa Faraway is doing with shorts, it's all in line with their long-form content. This has gotten into 1,000 and 1,600 views and beyond. Then live streams on the channel as well, where they're bringing us loops of some of the ideas from their long-form content as well. And hopefully everybody will catch them. Again, notification bells on for every channel, and we see 2,400 subscribers is what they're aiming for. And Nisa Faraway's here with us for just about every stream as well. I know not everybody can be, but I certainly appreciate every moment everybody can spend. So let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. What we're going to do before we get to the next channel, and thank you, Nisa Faraway, for another super chat, by the way. They've done that many times before. And what I am going to do is take a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before that, we're going to play a special clip from our interview series again. And right before we do that, I'm just going to see Mr. Herobrine 15 is in the house and asking, do you think there will be a lot of channels that will blow up for making GTA 6 content when the game is released? Yes, I absolutely do think so. If anybody was thinking about doing a Grand Theft Auto 6 channel, the time to start is now, because you can build up an audience. They're all anticipating the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. I promise you, I'm as excited as everybody. It will probably come out next September, although we're unsure. But if you already have an established audience, they'll be expecting the Grand Theft Auto 6 content from you, and people are going to be searching for that like wildfire the second that game comes out. I have given Rockstar, Xbox, and PlayStation an unreasonable amount of money when it comes to those games. It's special editions all around in my family, and I enjoy it as much as anybody. But I have a feeling that you will see that. So yeah, Mr. Herobrine 15 has the check mark, which is cool, long past their 100,000 subscribers. They've been a friend of ours for a long, long time. They make occasional appearances. But here in Tuberchat, because we're so focused on the beginnings of a YouTube journey, we only have a few channels that have come through with check marks. Happy Lux got his while growing a long time ago. Unfortunately, that channel was lost, but he's over on TikTok doing other stuff now. And then we've got, I think it's a Terrence kind of thing. I'm pretty sure it's been in here more than once. We know that channel, and it's escaping me if we know any others. But it's cool to see. And Ben Cyan Games is going to be the next channel that we're going to look at. So let's get to our podcast clip again, and then we're going to get back into break for 3.5 minutes, and we'll look at Ben Cyan Games. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight. And the 0 to, I think it was 82, was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that. Instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and we'll bring it up and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
Alright, we're almost back again, and we're about to look at Bensai and games. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment. Yeah, pardon me for that. Like I said, we're going to make a few mistakes today, but we'll get things back together likely for the next stream. I'm unsure about when that will be, by the way. We will try for a weekday stream, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and try to be here at least 3 times a week. Pardon me, like always. Woody and Wendy say hello from Hilda DC. Yes, of course. Ben Cyan Games is up on the screen right now. This creator is going to bring us some video gameplay more than anything else. There's a few talking head videos on the channel as well. Some shorts here have gotten into 3,500, 9,600 views. Won over 500,000 views, this bar chart race. These I found mesmerizing when I first started to see these kinds of things. But this has 531,000 now, which is great to see. And then live streams. This creator's doing what they're calling the Everywhere Forever-a-thon. And you can see that they've been at this for about a year and a half now. Every single day live streaming, all day. And Ben Cyan Games is now working on 4,200 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Superchat family for as long as I can remember. It's at least a couple of years by now. And then they're going to be putting out some new videos as well. Just Jason Keto and more is coming up. Another fellow Canadian that's going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living, and I see Little Lego coming in as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And I've removed a few names from the wheel, so for any of our members that are still listening or watching that haven't been seen yet, just please be active in the chat. You can say anything at all. I'll get you back on there. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But I remove names over the course of the stream. I know not everybody can be here every single day and not for 3 hours every time we stream. I do appreciate every moment, but I also added a name. Gloria's Platter is on the wheel, and I'll add another name to the wheel shortly. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I got a robot in the background that helps me out with that. And Hot Damn Elaine's Crafting, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Little Lego is here, and Just Jason Keto and more is dressing up his channel frequently, actually, with new banners, new avatars. This creator is going to talk to us about healthy eating and healthy living, particularly when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And Kiki Gambler, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And glad that you've enjoyed the first few minutes. That 20-minute time limit really helps, I promise you. Not just with spamming and trolling and things like that, but giving everybody an opportunity to really see what's going on here, to see if they want this type of community as a part of their channel or a part of their foundation, if we want to put it that way. Outfish Ontario, good to see you back. Thank you for coming in. And when we look at Just Jason Keto and more, we see a creator who's bringing us a lot of different recipes on his channel, as well as product reviews. And like I said, this is keto-based diet and lifestyle focused. He's going to help us make sense of some of the ingredients we're going to see or use in some of the things that we're either going to consume or make. And then Just Jason Keto and more, he headed down to Niagara Falls a few days ago for the Winter Festival of Lights. Niagara Falls, I happen to live there, right? Jason's only a couple hours away from me in Canada, but this is one of the most elaborate light shows of its kind on the planet, as a matter of fact, because Niagara Falls is an energy provider. And this is really cool. So that's going to be a spectacular light display for everybody to see if you haven't already seen that. I'm going to take the chaffle poutine video and put that into my catch-up list. He's done a lot of chaffle videos, but that's just a small part of what he does on the channel. He's got a lot of guests that join him to share their life experiences, their tips, tricks, trials, and tribulations when it comes to the idea of getting into ketosis and staying there. And then he heads out to places like Ketopalooza to bring us informative content. One of the things he does on his channel occasionally is bring some variety with either a tour from a different city he might be visiting or an unboxing of a GoPro and things like that to mix things up. Shorts on this channel have done really well, and there's a hint here about healthy looking grilling shorts getting into 5,000, 6,000, even 22,000, and I've seen this one. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Just Jason Keto and More, forgive me for missing the latest live stream, but he's on usually every Thursday night. I'm going to rerun this. I haven't done that yet. I haven't been on much for several days. I'm usually on every day, at least for some period of time. I'm going to rerun this. This is his first live stream with OBS. It looks like it went well. I don't see any difference between this and what he usually does with StreamYard. I think he was trying a different webcam recently, though, if I'm not mistaken, what he was talking about last week. But Just Jason Keto and More is somebody who cares very much about the YouTube journey, those of us in the Tuber Chat family, his own community, and he cares about the health and welfare of everybody, especially when it comes to the idea of healthy eating, healthy living. Just Jason Keto and More's channel is really growing rapidly now, over 3,300 subscribers, which is great to see. And you know, I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. And Outfish, Ontario is 45 minutes from the Niagara border. So I'm assuming that you're up here in Ontario. And yeah, I grew up in Toronto, but I live in Niagara Falls and have for what's getting on 9 years now. Just Jason Keto and More, I've been lucky enough to meet up with a couple of times. Oh, look at this. Pardon me. Well, I'm getting excited here. I was rearranging everything. I'm going to see if I can find... I had Just Jason Keto and More, some stickers that he handed to me recently. I know it's tough to see these on this camera today, but if you have a look at these are really cool. This is his original stuff. He's had a couple of iterations on this, but I had those put away in a very special place so that I would make sure that they were looked after and kept. And hopefully I'll catch Just Jason Keto and More again soon. There's a small meetup that will take place in January up here, so we'll get a few people together. And Outfish, Ontario is in the Hamilton area, so I pass through there all the time. Just Jason Keto and More. Hopefully everybody will connect with an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who happens to be a member and a moderator here in the Tuber Chat family. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. For that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. Oh, and then I see, yeah, Mama G Gear closer to Rochester. I did some work in Rochester. I used to travel through the northeastern United States for a couple of years, and very familiar. Lots of my American friends will laugh when I say it's a lifelong dream to retire in Batavia. It's a little town in between Niagara Falls and Rochester, and it's a fun little town. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then we're going to look at what Cruz Bolero has got going on their channel today. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Cruz Bolero's up on the screen right now. And this is a creator that is going to bring us, obviously, some travel and cruising content. And when we look at what they're doing, it's a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. They've been putting a lot out. They just put this out literally an hour ago. But they've been putting out a lot of videos frequently, more than one a week for a while now. More travel, as well as the idea of cruising. When we get to cruise ships and things like that, they're going to talk to us about the different aspects of their travel by the look of it. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting to know the channel better. They've been with us a long time. I just have not seen enough videos from this channel yet. But I'll look forward to more, especially this latest one. And then when we look at their channel, we see that they're working on 300 subscribers now. So we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And they're here with us frequently. Actually, they've been here with us in the chat more frequently lately. So their support here for Superchat and for us has increased over the time that they've known us, and it's getting on many, many months now. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Heaven's Fire 18 is coming up, and let me just make sure I don't get the wrong channel. Oh, I must have accidentally watched a video from the wrong channel. Am I mistaken, or have they... Oh, look at that. Okay, YouTube's got a bit of a glitch there. It looks like two different channels. See how the avatars are different? But no, it's the right channel. It's okay. Heaven's Fire 18 has got 69 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards that first 100. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And before we talk about their content, I notice that our dear friend, Emotion New Soul is in the house. That's a talented singer and songwriter. They've got a very special live stream coming up, and that's going to be in a couple weeks from now, celebrating their 10,000. So we're going to go over there and raid on what I believe is going to be December the 15th. It'll be a Sunday. Elfish Ontario is saying, how long on average can a review process after having the 3K hours be? So what we have seen is that most creators get it within about 48 hours. The only exception that I've seen over the last many years is, because the rules used to be different, 4,000 hours and things like that. If you enter the monetization qualification on Friday, let's say, or Thursday, it may not happen until after the weekend. Most creators get it that Monday. So when we get to, I'm trying to think of how, when we think about how long it takes to get reviewed, what we've seen most often, the 99% of channels are getting it fairly quickly, within a few days. And then things start from the moment you're accepted into the partner program and, go through the agreements and stuff if you haven't already, which most people have. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is in the house. And, Ben Cyan Games just asked, when will the 800th episode of Superchat be? And I'm uncertain right now. We're doing about 3 streams a week. I thought we might hit it before Christmas this year. We usually get it around November, our 100th episodes, and again around April. But it hasn't. I've missed a few streams, and we've thinned out a little bit. We used to do them 4 times a week. It's gotten down to an average of 3 times a week lately. So you can probably count it out. Another 18 episodes sounds like about 6 weeks from now. So I'm guessing mid-January. Let's say by February it should be. But uncertain. And we'll just have to see. And then when we look at Heaven's Fire 18, this is a channel that's still posting content. They've got a bit of variety here and establishing the channel, if that makes sense. What they're talking about on their About section is the perspective of the channel, if that makes sense. I'm a mom who works full-time, co-parenting their daughter, and I say but I'm reading from their About page, and starting the journey of raising rabbits as well. They give us a little more information. It looks like they've updated that as well. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos that they've got here. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep and get caught up with creators. We see a little bit of variety there. In between, some of the furry friends that are featured, and then shorts on this channel have gotten into 365 views, 588 views. Those will continue to grow as they post more and more, of course, pardon me. I got allergies and been moving way too much dusty stuff around. And then they've got a live stream here. So just last week they did this. I'm sorry I missed that. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. And 70 subscribers means they're working on their first 100. It's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then Ben Cyan Games is going to hit 600 right around January the 30th. They're posting a stream a day. And then Just Jason Keto and more is reaching out for watch hours. Our moderators will all swap playlists with any creators needing some watch time. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Gloria's Platter is up on the screen right now. This is another longtime friend. She's been with us about 4 years as well. She's working on 7,400 subscribers and monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Gloria's Platter started out by bringing us a lot of cooking videos, baking videos, and live streams to go along with those as well. She's collaborated with others, and I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. She just put that out a few days ago. She's really expanded the content on her channel, especially over the last year, doing a lot more outdoor content. She gave us what was my first look at an Amazon grocery store. That technology is getting pretty interesting, that's for sure. When we look at shorts on the channel, there's a little bit of variety here, but these have gotten now into 16,000, 18,000, 23,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we're going to see that this creator was just live again a couple days ago, which is really, really cool. Gloria's Platter hadn't been on for a while, but she was doing frequent live streams, and she always does a considerate job of bringing us literally the meat and potatoes in her videos, pun intended, of course. And she always does a good job of giving the audience a way to interact, whether it's a question or a comment regarding the video. She does a great job at that naturally. So I hope everybody will look for that for inspiration as well. Living Life as Leche, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that quite right. I will assume it's Leche. I said it wrong. Living Life as Leche. And then just please correct me. I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go on the screen here. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Kristen and I were just talking today about the difference between mandarins and clementines, and I forget about tangerines, things like that. Not every single day. Most days I'll eat 2. Small ones. I eat a lot of fruit. I'm very lucky. I like all fruit. And I'm not crazy about it or anything. It's just that I try to eat a banana almost every day. I eat an apple almost every day. There's that saying, right? I eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away. I actually do it for the dentist. It's better for the dentist than it is for the doctor, but I try to do that often. Emotion New Soul is up on the screen right now. Talented singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. This creator has an official artist channel, as you can see, and now over 10,000 subscribers. What they bring to us on their channel is their original works, usually in the form of music videos, but they also do compilations and often tiny desk style live performances, live streams. This creator will give us a look behind the scenes at how the music is made as well, and they round out the channel with some reaction videos as well as shorts here that have gotten into 1,400 and 1,700 views. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's got that one coming up December the 15th. We'll plan Tuber Chat. I'm sure that I'll be able to, but we'll plan Tuber Chat right before that so that we can raid in. Emotion New Soul has been a dear friend and a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, as well as a moderator here in the Tuber Chat family for about 4 years now. So he's got a second channel I'll show you also. Writing with Emotion New Soul is going to bring you look behind the scenes, not just at how the music is made, but the man behind the music as well. He rounds out this channel with some shorts also and some more reaction videos as well as compilations. And when we look at the live streams, we get an idea of a few of the things he might do, and videos are frequent on the channel. He's now working on 800 subscribers over here on this second channel as well. Bell's Whisper Farmstead, Kristen, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we're going to look at that channel right away. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we're going to get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. This is really cool. Look at this. When I type in Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen, I see that you have done a video with Geo, which is really, really cool. Her and Marlene have been dear friends of us here in Tuber Chat for a long time. They help creators grow. They got several channels for that, and it's great to see collaborations of any type. Now, you know what the best is? Forgive me, so Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen. I've been over this a million times. I was in the middle of watching this water pie video, and I don't know what happened, whether it was I don't remember. It was many days ago. And it was either my internet or I had to get up for some reason or whatever. And then because of the distraction, I didn't go back and finish watching the video. Now I'm getting recommended videos. I saw another water pie recipe video, and it said like depression era recipes and things like that. You might have seen the same thing. And so I'm going to go through the video again. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen by now likely doesn't need the watch hours from that, but that one video is probably going to bring in its own one watch hour because I've had to go through it so many times. Because I run more videos than I watch, I'm sure everybody understands that. This is how some of us get through hundreds of videos a week. And I'm sure everybody's happy for the watch hours. But we do watch as many as we can as well. Raymond Tacular, forever good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And I did see that this video is flour and sugar and water. You put the water in first, the flour and the sugar, and then that's at the point that I lost it on this video. But you see the red lines there. I'll rewatch that. But I see you got another one here. This is different. Vinegar pie I've never even heard of as well. So Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is sharing the work here with Mike. You'll see them both on the channel. They've been posting videos frequently again, and they're talking about homesteading on a budget. Now they've changed up their banner to bring us homesteading tips, recipes, how-to, and do-it-yourself videos as well. They got quite a bit of information on their About section, and they do a really thorough job, first of all, in planning the videos as well as producing these videos. Very informative, and this is a channel I actually enjoy watching. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,700, 3,300 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. Sometimes Kristen will take us out for a walk by the river, or might be bringing us something a little bit different here, like a fireside chat of sorts. And then Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen's working on 1,900 subscribers, so hopefully we'll push them towards that milestone. I believe Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is monetized with super chats, super thanks, and super stickers available. So just please correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think that's right. And then, pardon me, let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. What we're going to do right now, though, is take a break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, we're going to play a clip from our interview series. These are a few videos now. There's 4 episodes there listed in a playlist and as a podcast. And the idea behind these conversations is that the creators that are featured have been friends of ours for several years, so they know exactly the kinds of things we need to hear. All of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Superchat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as, when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in a weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap, whatever it is.
There you go.
You know, and so that I've put back in, because remember, I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that, I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or what was it, 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour, down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So even though, but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is it, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. All right, we're just about back, and we've got Matthew's Bushcraft on the wheel now. Pardon me. We always add names to the wheel over the course of our stream based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. I got a chatbot in the background here called Streamlabs that helps keep track of that. And Bell's Whisper Farmstead, Kristen, forgive me, I don't know if I thanked you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done that countless times before. That was the last channel that we looked at before we went into our break there. So, actually, I'm going to write a note for myself right now. I have had one of the busiest weeks of my entire life, I promise you. But, and leading up to that was pretty busy as well. But I'm going to watch that water pie video right after Tuber Chat today so that I can see what's involved in that. I'd never heard of anything like that before. The Bud Files is another channel that has been with us. Sue from this channel is very well known, but the whole family has been with us here in the Tuber Chat family as well for the last 4 years. The Bud Files has really evolved as a channel. They've expanded a lot of content here. They always do shout-out videos every 100 milestone, and Sue does a great job of keeping track of all the different channels, all their different supporters that are there for them regularly. I'm just going to grab this latest video. I'll put it in that catch-up list I keep talking about to keep caught up with them. The idea behind the beginning of the channel is that this family would be modern-day archaeologists. The idea is to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video, which they do. They take us to abandoned locations, graveyards, cemeteries, and things like that. But they've really expanded the content. They've got a lot of history on the channel, especially with their Way Back Wednesday series. But they could be outdoors taking us on a adventure. They could be bringing us some random content. Recently, a pig wrestling event. And a lot of history on the channel, as you'd expect. They take us to some touristy type destinations, and then as well they've got shorts on the channel where they really expand the variety and give us a great look at the behind the scenes of this family. They get into 3,400, 5,000, and 15,000 views on some of these. That way, you're making me laugh, the Stock Explorer. The Bud Files here have also got live streams, and they could be outdoors, taking us for one of those Christmas light displays, like we saw from Just Jason Keto and more. They might be taking us to abandoned locations, touristy destinations, or bringing us into their home to sing along with some musical games or play other types of games, and they give us a great chance to get to know the family there as well. They're working on 2,500 subscribers. They love to push their channel a little bit farther towards that milestone, of course, or we would love to. The Stock Explorer, I just literally got a notification on my phone during this stream saying Dogecoin is up 8% again today. And it's funny because it's a bit of a roller coaster ride with some of the crypto that's out there. For those of you that follow it, it's most of it is up significantly over the last month or so, but it's a wild ride. And the Stock Explorer and I share a love of Dogecoin, to say the least. And I don't want to use that as financial advice or recommendation or anything like that, but I follow that stuff now. Lakeshore Sheener, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I always want to pronounce everybody's channel the way they would like it pronounced, but it's good to have you here. And then Scratch and PPA we're going to look at in a moment. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. My dear goodness, Just Jason Keto and more. Yes, Ripple is just on a tear. Did they ever play their cards right? People have been talking about Ripple for years, even in my own social circle, and I only got in a while ago. I've barely dipped my toe into the crypto markets, and forgive me because I know not everybody's into it, but I talk about this stuff because it's literally world news right now. The earth is like changing on its axis under our feet right this second because of what's happening in the world of crypto. But yeah, Ripple's just on a tear, which is great to see. So one of the secrets is going to be, and again, of course, I'm the last person to give anybody financial advice, but just for the sake of saying, I have heard a story from a friend who I believe and trust that has ridden a wave of crypto up to unbelievable amounts of money, and rode that wave all the way back down, because the problem is you're always waiting for it to go higher, and go higher. The number one thing that I am researching, and I'm actually using a bit of ChatGPT for a little bit of this, as well as following a few influencers, is how not to ride the wave all the way back down. Because you want to hold on, and you're so afraid of not wanting to lose any money, let's say, in crypto stocks or anything else, that you end up losing because you don't take any profits along the way. And a lot of people who are in for the long term don't like to hear the term take profits, but it depends on what you're doing, right? So this is just an idea, but I'm researching all this stuff like wildfire these days, more and more every day. Katie's Kitchen, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And the Numismaniac is here with a second channel called Santa Claus North Pole Canada, and I've got them on the wheel now. Handicapped Travelers is still with us. I got their Sir Dank for Jesus channel ready to go as soon as I get them up. And there you go. Yeah, so Katie's Kitchen is saying they got up to 10,000 on Shiba Inu, which is another popular meme coin. I think it's the second most popular after Doge, but I could be wrong. And then, yeah, good to come out ahead if you can. I can tell you that I've already traded a little bit. Like, I was really up in Dogecoin. I sold a small amount to buy another coin, and then I was up in Ripple, and I sold a little bit to get another coin. I'm only talking about small amounts of money, and I'm not saying anybody should do anything that I do. You know, it's the only money I play around with in crypto is money that is not going to bet the rent, not going to bet car payments, and not going to be detrimental if it was lost, let's just say. It's not for fun, but it's also, you know, I'm aware very much of the volatility and risk that comes along with that stuff. I would just recommend to anybody, follow a little bit, learn, even if it's just from the media outlets, anything at all that lets you hear what's happening right now so that you're prepared, because we don't want people getting caught off guard either and saying, what just happened, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now. So Scratch and PPA is up on the screen. I am Betty J. Gather's been added to the wheel. And there you go. Yes, Just Chasing Keto and More has great advice there. When Fever Dream Animation, I hope I said hello to you earlier today. I caught one of their premieres a while ago. And, oh yeah, I don't talk about it. I talk about it more than anybody wants to hear on this channel, I'm sure. I just happen to be on it every day, that's why. But things have just gone really well right now. But even me, very slowly, over years, a little bit here, sometimes even as low as, $10, $20, $50. If I can, don't forget I'm Canadian. So it's worth, barely 3/4 of an American dollar when I'm talking as well. Scratch and PPA, another fellow Canadian, is up on the screen right now. He is known as a shining jewel in the Superchat family, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. I can say that about any of our beloved and dedicated moderators. But Scratch and PPA is literally the inspiration behind the term, seems to be everywhere all the time, because he literally does. And Scratch and PPA posts with perfect consistency on his channel. You'll see he's got a premiere set up, and he always does this. He gets these set up by about Saturday. They're ready to roll for his Tuesday 12:15 premiere. We're in the Eastern time zone, so it's 12:15 for me. You can set your notification in your local time, of course. We always set notifications for everything we see. premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bells on for every single channel. Now, Scratch and PPA posts every Tuesday for 4 years now, or close to it. And if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Hilda DC, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. What he does in his videos is gives us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, which is a huge genre and category on YouTube. There are a lot of generous creators involved in that community. Scratch and PPA gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of, and we are pitting basically two different tickets against each other in every video. So when we look at his channel, you'll see that he has presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails. They give us a hint about the giveaways in his video series as well. This one looks a little bit different. I wonder if he's doing something different that I'm not aware of, or if I missed what he might have said about it in the last video. I was there for that one, but I might have missed something because I look at this thumbnail and it looks a little bit different. I'll leave it to you to go to the channel and figure out what I'm talking about. But Scratch and PPA as well as monetize, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then he has expanded the content on his channel as well. He has got shorts here from a trip he took to Italy last year where he brought us vlogging style shorts videos, which I think are going to become far more popular now that YouTube's introduced 3-minute shorts videos. It gives us a lot of opportunity for editing, let's just say. And Scratch and PPA will be known as a trailblazer when that day comes, I'm sure. He also brought us some Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen. I know a lot of people will be excited to know he's expanded the content on his channel, and a live stream he brought us from the area he was visiting in Italy as well. So hopefully we'll see some more live streams from Scratch and PPA, but this is a loyal and dedicated moderator here on this channel, definitely a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter to all of us. So I hope everybody will connect with him if you haven't already. We'll spin the wheel, and the Numismaniac is coming up with a couple of channels here now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So this is an interesting second channel from a fellow Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta called the Numismaniac, and we'll look at his other channel in a quick second. When we look at Santa Claus North Pole Canada, I had said for the longest time that this channel is active during the Christmas season, right around now to the end of the year, but actually this channel's active all year. Particularly, this creator gets involved in a lot of different community ideas or events or programs and things like that. You get that idea when you start to get to know the creator behind the channel. But this is where we get messages to and from Santa Claus, including Christmas in July, and all the way through towards the Christmas season where we are right now. They were just saying they did 300 photo shoots today. My dear goodness. Behind the scenes, something else that they do as Santa Claus North Pole Canada, or the featured performer here. When we look at this channel, I see that they've got a brand new video, so I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll just give me a chance to keep caught up with the creator here, or with the channel. When we look at shorts, we see that these have started to move. One of them over 1,100, which is great to see. And then live streams, they've done a couple of these. But I think this is really cool, and if you haven't already seen any of these videos, this channel allows us to get messages to and from Santa Claus, which is just a wonderful thing to have in a community so friendship and family focused the way we are here in Tuber Chat, if that makes any sense the way I'm putting it. Let's look at what this creator's got going on a second channel. The Numismaniac is where we're going to learn about numismatic collectible coins and precious metals. When we look at the channel, there are over 1,000 subscribers now. They've got that well locked in. There's a big difference between numismatic collectible coins, precious metals, and other collectibles of value, but they'll discuss all of those things here. This creator, of course, like I said, is very community-minded, and as a matter of fact, they just did a challenge over the summer where they were doing a video a day and giving everybody a little bit of research to go and engage in, and then they were doing giveaways on the channel weekly, I think it was. Shorts on the channel as well. Bring us a little bit of that Edmonton winter weather, getting into over 1,700 views on one of their shorts here. And then live streams. They've got a lot of panels. The creator on the channel is known as the Skipper when you get over there, but he's got a lot of friends that join him on StreamYard panels as well. We're going to get a little bit of history along with our knowledge about collectibles of value like numismatic collectible coins and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with both the Numismaniac and Santa Claus North Pole Canada, that second channel. I see Maritz's Yarn and Crafts coming in, and I Am Betty J Gathers is going to come up on the screen right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So I'm Betty J Gathers is another inspiring and motivating creator. She's actually going to talk about a lot of different things, particularly living her best life over 60, but I find that all of her content can relate to anybody. She might talk about a few different subjects like healthy eating, healthy living, a lot of help with the YouTube journey and people starting channels, for instance. I Am Betty J Gathers was doing a lot of vlogging for a while, giving us a look into her day. She takes us both into her home and out on the road. And then this creator has got some shorts on the channel as well. Now, it's interesting to see a creator doing talking head shorts videos like these and seeing so many of them at 9,000, 10,000 views and beyond, and then live streams as well, where Betty is always motivating, always inspiring, sometimes with guests on the channel. And she let me know about a new challenge she's got going on, and that's actually going to lead to me helping out and being featured on her channel. We will have a conversation next weekend, and I'm looking forward to that. I Am Betty J Gathers has been a dear friend who I can tell you is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, first of all, but she cares deeply about the YouTube journey, her fellow YouTubers, and those of us in the Superchat family. So I hope everybody will join her for a lot of conversations she's having. Some of these are with familiar faces, and I'll be happy to meet up with her next Sunday for a conversation as well. And then AceFlaw1, thank you so much. I see they happen to have a membership now that might have been gifted earlier in the stream. That's Andy, and they bring travel content as well. I got them on the wheel. I Am Betty J Gathers now has over 1,000 videos on the channel, including shorts and live streams. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and we'd love to push her towards the 2,500 subscribers that we know she is thinking about. Katie's Kitchen is dropping a gifted membership as well. Rainy Ridge will be happy to have that. And when we look at... we'll look at Katie's Kitchen in a quick second. I'm going to get their channel ready. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. I've been meaning to do more StreamYard panels and, interviews and conversations like that over the last year or so, and I thought I'd be able to do many more than I have. So I'm going to be happy to start getting back into more of those. This bit that I've been going on, for those of you who are here regularly and know me well enough, know that I've been talking about the idea of some life changes and some moving around and stuff. It's all for good reason and everything else, all positive news and everything like that, but it is going to free up a bit of time. I may not really feel the effects until January, but that should give me a lot more time to be focused here and helping other creators and hopefully bringing some more content. So we'll see. And then Katie's Kitchen up on the screen right now. We're going to talk about their content as well. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So Katie's Kitchen, thank you so much for a gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. So it looks like Katie's Kitchen, yeah, you know, we played a clip earlier in the stream from an interview series that I did with Moz 6510 Models, where I was talking to them. They actually inspired this series by offering to share their knowledge. They were one of the first channels that we knew of who literally grew from the beginning and passed 10,000 subscribers while being a part of the Tuber Chat family. And Moz is still a good friend today. And he talked about the idea of taking a break. He was in the middle of a break when we did the interview, as a matter of fact, and we talked about the idea that taking a break is absolutely okay. We all have to do what we need. Life gets in the way. We've all got obligations, not to mention mental health is something at the forefronts of our minds these days. And we know that YouTube is more work than we would have expected when we started. So a break is always okay. You just have to be aware of the idea that it takes a while to get the momentum back. It comes back. On every channel that I touch or run, every time we take a break from not putting out, let's say, a video a week, it takes about a month to get the momentum back to where it was, but it comes back. Sometimes a little bit faster, but we'll call it a month just to be safe. Katie's Kitchen is up here now working on 400 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They're bringing us food hauls, cooking, canning, and gaming videos. They share all of their passions with us. They got shorts on the channel as well. These bring more variety, getting into 6,600 and 8,300 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And they've got some video gameplay with some popular titles over here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Katie's Kitchen. They're actually a longtime friend, but it's good to have you back in the chat today, and I certainly do appreciate the gifted membership. I know Rainy Ridge will be happy to have that as well. Let's spin the wheel. And Katie's Kitchen, I went through the same thing this week. I haven't streamed in a week, even here in Tuber Chat, and I promise you, I miss it as much as anybody does when I am not able to stream. You know, the friendships that we have between each other, the stories that we tell, and just even the overall process of running these streams and this and that I enjoy. I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for our moderators. I promise you, these streams would be nothing like what they are if it wasn't for their help. Each one of them cares deeply about what we're doing here and their fellow YouTubers in general. But that's absolutely the truth, because I can't even begin to imagine how much different these live streams would be, and certainly not continuing to grow the way they are. We would have got stuck a long time ago. Matthew's Bushcraft is up on the screen right now. You know this creator because you've seen them on another channel. They're part of the Big Family Expedition channel and family. They've got a special story on their channel, but Matthew's Bushcraft is talking about learning survival skills that people of any age can learn. And they're bringing us informative content, especially things that are going to relate to our outdoor adventures. And when we look at this creator, we see that they got some shorts on the channel as well. These have started to move 1,600, 2,200, 2,800, and beyond. Matthew's Bushcraft is here with us frequently, and this creator's always active in the chat and always positive and seeming excited in the chat, which is great because that kind of thing spreads, and we always want to be inspiring and motivating each other. A lot of us need it, I promise you. I need pick-me-ups just as much as everybody else does. You know, we have to remember why we're doing the things we're doing, and we need the things that keep us going. I've been on YouTube for 7 years now, but when you think about Tuber Chat, we've been doing this for 4.5 years. Somebody like Scratch and PPA has been here over 700 times, and most of our moderators have literally been here for hundreds of streams. We're talking hundreds and maybe thousands of hours. And lots more creators, have been giving us that kind of support as well. I don't make moderators out of everybody who could or should be. We keep a small, tight-knit group that have been with me literally for years. And the only reason I don't add any more is because I don't want everybody to be bogged down with moderator duties. We have enough moderators that come in regularly to help, and they seem to enjoy doing that for this community, for which I'm grateful, and hopefully everybody sees that as well. Each one of them cares deeply about all of us and their fellow YouTubers as well. I know that goes without saying, but we also have the chatbots as well, like Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and Botrix that can take care of some of the simple duties, like reminding everybody to follow us on Instagram and things like that. It's not that important, just something that we mentioned, so that hopefully the moderators can enjoy the streams as well. And I know everybody probably feels that way about their channel, even though I put it in such blunt terms. The idea is you really do. You want your moderators, in my opinion, in an ideal situation, you'd like them to enjoy the streams as much as possible, as much as everybody else, not just be dropping links and looking for, research and trying to figure things out and fixing my mistakes, as Scratch and PPA and our moderators often have to do here. But these are just ideas. So let's spin the wheel. We get to more channels. And we'll see what's happening with another beloved and dedicated moderator here, Hilda DC. She's going to be coming up. She's been with us 4 years as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Hilda DC's channel, we see a bit of variety in content. She's done a lot of cooking videos, some haul videos. She does a lot of taste test challenges and reviews, sometimes comparisons. And it's interesting to somebody like me because her being American, myself being Canadian, I don't get to see most of the different flavors or ideas when it comes to food and snacks and treats that my friend Hilda has, our friend Hilda. So when we look at her channel, she's known here as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. And again, I've been on for 7 years, so I've been lucky to know lots of generous creators. And Hilda DC stands out because there are positive affirmations that come through all of her content, both from the creator herself, as well as special effects that she puts on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case to help out with that. She's somebody who absolutely stands behind and beside her audience, and she's got a vibrant live stream chat. Whether it's a premiere or a live stream, she is rolling at high speed, very fast paced, very high energy, similar to the Stock Explorer and Scratch and PPA, the Garden State Gardener, and a few others. Very fast-paced, very high energy, and Hilda DC is also going to bring us some shorts on her channel. Some of these have done really well. 2,900. She's got one at 6,100 and one at 47,000 views, which is great to see. They bring more variety in line with a lot of her other content. Live streams are common on the channel up to many months ago, and I've actually been on her channel and with her on many other channels for lots of conversations and StreamYard panels and things like that. And like all of our moderators, she'll let everybody meet more friends and family members through her chat, whether it's a premiere or live stream as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hilda DC. She's been a dear friend for literally over 4 years now. All of our moderators have been with us for anywhere from 3.5 to 4.5 years by now. Hilda DC is working on 2,600 subscribers, monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I think that we saw Blessed Crochet come in, And then I don't know if I ever said hello to New Horizons Above and Beyond today, so forgive me for that. They're here with us for every stream, so I might have overlooked that, but luckily we're all friends here, and I know everybody's forgiving, especially when I make mistakes. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next, and it looks like it's going to be the Stock Explorer. So Nora will love this, but what we're going to do before we put that channel on the screen is go for a break again. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series, and these again are conversations that go on between myself and friends of ours who've actually been with us for at least 3 years, if not 4. All of the creators featured have different things to say throughout the different conversations. They last anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. They're listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the channel. There's 4 episodes now. All of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together, so we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back.
Yeah.
But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check the analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks was that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
Oh, Just Jason Keto and more might have stumbled across something there, uploading a short over 60 seconds. So that's really cool. And you said your dashboard, so I'm assuming that you're doing that on a computer, but please let us know, because I'm curious to see if YouTube's done the change that we're looking for, where it's going to be a lot more obvious when we're making shorts up to 3 minutes, because they really did how do I use the least negative word possible, a non-efficient way of making that happen, if that makes any sense. Before we talk about the Stock Explorer, actually New Horizons Above and Beyond had a question that I enjoy answering of sorts, and I'll explain what I'm talking about, and then we'll get to the Stock Explorer's channel. They asked about Rumble specifically, and there's a lot of other live streaming platforms out there. Kick is starting to really pick up steam, even though they've been out for many years. Obviously TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat. Like, I don't know if Snapchat does live streaming. Forgive me for not knowing. I really don't use it. But the rest of them do, and most of them monetize. Annabelle TV, good to see you in the house. Cruising on the High Season Travel, good to see you in the house as well. When we look at the idea of whether or not to get another streaming platform, the way that I answer that question, or want to answer that question, is to say, if I was to talk to somebody today about starting a YouTube channel the way I used to, like 7 years ago, I promise you I was running around telling everybody they should start a YouTube channel. But because things have changed and all these platforms monetize now, the different speech that I would give somebody today would say, become a content creator with the intention of posting on as many channels as possible. It seems today that the fastest way to make the most money is on YouTube. But I'm not saying I'm right, and it's certainly not the case for everybody. It just seems that for the majority, YouTube is where it's at, but other creators are going to find other success on other platforms as well. The idea then is, when you're planning your videos, when you're filming your videos, what I would suggest is planning the idea of cutting them into things like vertical reels, horizontal videos, the possibility of stitching them all together into loops that could be run for live streams and things like that, if that makes any sense. But you want to be posting on Instagram as Reels, Facebook as Reels, Twitter as videos, TikTok as TikTok, this and that. And having that in mind, what that would allow you to do, based on how much time you have, is to try different social media networks at the same time, different video platforms or streaming platforms, to see which one you're going to vibe with, because there's nothing out there that says that you're guaranteed to work best on YouTube. I mean, if somebody was to ask me about cooking videos, I would say, oh yeah, well, cooking videos are probably going to be on YouTube, because that's where, people go for YouTube. But I have seen a lot of Instagram Reels lately that have cooking videos as well. So it's not that there's a right answer, but when you think about other platforms, if you have time, then as many platforms as possible is what I would do. There's automated systems out there. I'm a big fan of Hootsuite. I've been using Buffer more over the years to do more cross-posting and things like that. There are AI agents out there now that you can pay for that can do that. If that's something you want to do, you can enlist help by trading favors with fellow YouTubers and things like that, because you never know. And when you think about, let's say, earning or making money online, if we want to call this a business or a side hustle or however you want to look at it, a lot of people can do really well. Let's say you were aiming for $100 a month or even $1,000 a month. Wouldn't you like an extra $10 a month or $100 a month, just because another platform happens to monetize the same content? You know what I mean? Or if, you were really advanced about it, you might get a holder that can film with two cameras at the same time, one horizontal, one vertical. That way it's not exactly the same content. And if you know enough about video editing, you can actually shift your videos around or zoom them in and out and change it just that slight amount as well. It's all your content, so it doesn't matter how much you put it on other platforms. You can't copyright strike yourself, you know what I mean? But these are just ideas. So my recommendation, again, to try to keep it short and sweet, is to say as many platforms as you have time for. Plan your videos so that you can post on all of them, filming horizontally, vertically, and possibly even square at the same time. And save yourself a little bit of work. But we all know YouTube's more work than we expected it to be before we started. I don't wish the idea of more than one platform or more than one channel on anybody, but if you're going to do it, absolutely, there's lots of opportunity to earn lots of different streams of income, if we want to put it that way. And then, Coach Sherry, good to see you in the house. She has been with us from pretty much the beginning as well. Yeah, Hootsuite I liked, and then I really didn't like the shrinkflation, that you might call it, that they pulled not too long ago. And what I'm talking about, when we talk about shrinkflation, one of the most obvious examples over a lifetime is potato chips, right? You buy a bag of potato chips at a grocery store, and whether it's true or not, we used to think that those bags were full of potato chips. And it seems every year they get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And that is as opposed to inflation, where we simply talk about the price going up. They might be able to keep the price the same because they're giving us less product. I'm not saying that's true. It's a topic that's out there all the time. But when we think about shrinkflation with online services or things we pay for, Hootsuite is a platform that allows you to post on, let's say, up to 3 networks at a time for free. And that could be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, a few different things, right? And they give you tools so that you can basically save yourself time. Instead of writing the same post 3 times, you can basically write it once and it'll put it out for you. You can edit it and this and that. But it really does save time over doing everything 3 times. They recently changed so that now you only get 2 platforms for free instead of 3. And that really I found upsetting. Whereas if I'm right, Buffer still allows you to have 3. I only use it occasionally. I use it for something else, actually. I use another system that plugs into that. My secret weapon is called Evergreen Feed. One of these days, hopefully, I'll do a video and everybody's going to do really well by following that. But Hootsuite is something I used for years and years and years and years. And Buffer is another one. There's lots of them out there. If you look for social media, cross-posting and things like that, all these platforms will come up. But I really got upset with Hootsuite for that. I don't think their company's going to live or die by the idea that they're still giving everybody 3 platforms for free when you've been doing it for a decade. But that's just my opinion. The idea behind online services, giving you a little bit for free, like we see it with games like Candy Crush. You can play Candy Crush for free, but if you want to speed things up, you can pay. A lot of online services give you a little bit for free and then you pay for more if you want to. Even YouTube does it. I pay for premium, but I'm obviously a power user. I'm on this thing every day, all the time, right? Or as often as I can be. Whereas somebody who's a casual viewer may not find value in paying for premium. I actually use YouTube Music as well sometimes when I'm driving and things like that. And then, can you post directly from a multi-load platform to Threads or just Instagram? Forgive me for not knowing, because I raced to get onto Threads as soon as it opened up, and I never looked at it again, like a lot of people seem to have done. That was when, I forget if that was because Twitter, I think, went down for a second, or just after Elon Musk made the announcement about buying it. A lot of people ran over to Threads and Instagram. I mean, good for Meta. They were smart to come up with that. But I don't know how impactful it is, let's just say. So forgive me for not being sure, because I don't use these things all the time. Even though I have used Buffer and Hootsuite for years, I use them occasionally, if that makes any sense. So I'd recommend anybody look it up, because they'll give you, even Google will give you a better answer than me. Not to mention ChatGPT. You know, I'm using that every day now. I heard somebody, I can't remember if it was Gary Vee or Kevin O'Leary or somebody else online, talking about ChatGPT and the state of AI and the way that the world's going to look. If I mention to everybody here MySpace, Friendster, or Napster and LimeWire, or Alta Vista and Lycos and Yahoo and Excite, some of us, you know, understand what those things are, but you're thinking like, oh, wow, that's ancient internet. Like, those are so long ago. And it's been described that people are going to look at Google like that very soon. The younger generation is going to be using ChatGPT instead of Google, and I'll tell you why that is, because I'm using it in practice. I wanted to see, so I really use it every day. And the idea is, if you make a Google search, let's say, you know, I go back to this all the time, but let's say you wanted to research cryptocurrencies. You can go to YouTube and you can say, you know, give me a strategy for taking profit in cryptocurrencies in a bull market, right? And you're going to get a bunch of articles. Now you got to go through them and read them. But you go to ChatGPT and you start putting in the exact same thing. Give me a take profit strategy for cryptocurrencies in a bull market. It's going to give you a very good response, like it's already gone through the websites for you. And then it asks you to reiterate. And then you can just say, relate this to the stock market, or adjust for inflation, or what if the price goes down? And, you know, you can really talk to it almost like a human being. Now, it's still based on the internet. The data is not much different than what you're going to get from Google and everywhere else, so it can make mistakes. It can be inaccurate. You have to keep that in mind. But boy, has it sped up a lot of what I've done. So these are just ideas. I would recommend anybody start understanding AI. The best description of how AI is going to impact all of us. I don't know who came up with it first, but they said AI is not going to replace your job, but somebody who knows how to use AI is. And I would say that I'm probably a perfect example of that. Most of you know that I'm a social media enthusiast. I'm on the computer all the time. Half my gig is doing this stuff. So I continue to get better and better. You know, I strive to improve. Anybody can, but it's important to know what the stuff is capable of, whether you like it or not. Same with cryptocurrency, same with financial things, same with anything. It's not that you have to be involved in it. It's just being educated about it helps you make decisions and be that much more clear about the things you don't want to do or don't want to use it for. So it's just an idea. And there you go. Yeah, cruising on the high seas and travel. But I'm using AI all the time. You can see it in the descriptions that I write on other videos on other channels and things like that. I'm using it for images. I'm using it for a few different things. Images I'm not happy with yet, but they got to be coming. So we'll see. Our friend Jake Huston made, AI system make theme songs for a lot of our friends, a lot of channels, including this one, which is really cool. So, you know, these things are getting good. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen. This is Nora, and a dear friend, somebody who cares deeply about the YouTube journey, those of us in the Superchat family, and happens to be a beloved and dedicated moderator as well as a member here. They're working on 2,300 subscribers. Typically what they talk about is stocks and a little bit of crypto. And they do it in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They bring us everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading, NFTs, and the like. The Stock Explorer has really expanded the content on their channel over the last year or two, actually. They've been with us for long over 4 years now. They've done a lot of lottery ticket scratching, and they've even expanded on that. So lottery ticket scratching is a huge category and genre on YouTube. The Stock Explorer collaborates with a lot of people, and they got a new series now called Scratching with Strangers. They're literally getting people to come and scratch tickets with them that they hadn't otherwise met, which is really, really cool. They're aiming for 100 views per video here. They're getting close as the series continues, they'll likely grow a little bit faster and hit that 100 mark. But if anybody wants to go over there and support them in that endeavor, I know Nora will appreciate it. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 2,800, 4,100 views, 11,000 on one of them, and then live streams on the channel as well. I've been on their channel before. They have a lot of StreamYard panels where they talk either stocks or friendly conversation. Sometimes they got charts and graphs. Often they've got product in hand. But sometimes they do lottery ticket scratch battling with other channels and creators as well. So those can be really exciting and fast-paced. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then they've also got a second channel. On their front page, you'll find Tropical Buzz, where they seek to educate us about plant life, some of which is there, some of which they grow themselves. So thank you for asking. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. I pay for ChatGPT for a reason. So I haven't decided to not pay for it right now. Literally, I'm using it every day, even for personal reasons, let alone the work that I'm doing, research and things like that. But one of the things that ChatGPT will let you do, that particular platform, is if you pay for it, you're able to make custom GPTs. So like I was working on something that would be called Tuber GPT, right? That would allow us to make descriptions and titles and tags and stuff very quick. So I don't know if it's going to be able to do what I want it to do. And my understanding is only people who pay for ChatGPT are going to be able to use it anyway, so I don't want to do that kind of thing in the Tuber Chat family. Most of you know the idea here is to try to make everything we're doing in this community and on this channel available to everyone. You know, obviously we're monetized, super chats and memberships are available, but I try not to ever solicit them either. It's not necessary. They're I appreciate it when they happen, but I say a million times as well, I'm lucky enough to be able to work full time, not going to live and die by this channel. I really just wanted, here's the speech again from the beginning. Tuber Chat was meant to be an engine, so that we, meaning you and me and everybody that we care about, can start as many channels as we want and make them go fast. That's really all it was, right? That's the simplified version of what we're doing here. And that's the true intention. So these are just ideas. Oh, yeah. Oh, I hope Litecoin is moving. I'm mining Litecoin. But, yeah, Ripple's just on a tear. And it's very exciting. Michael's Adventures is up on the screen right now, and we'll see what he's got going on his channel in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So, Katie's Kitchen, thank you for asking. Crystal Sparkle, good to see you here. I've got you on the wheel. She happens to be a member. She was looking forward to Vlogmas, so the day is here. And Katie's Kitchen, so I don't want to recommend mining cryptocurrency to anybody at all. There's a lot to learn. Anybody can learn it, but there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of unexpected electrical impact that goes along with that. Crypto mining is electricity intensive, not in all cases, but in some cases, right? So you have to learn about electricity. You could literally burn your house down by not knowing some of the stuff. Even I've made a mistake and destroyed equipment and stuff like that. But I do a tiny amount of home mining, and I just started that several months ago. But there are crypto mining machines. Most of us have seen these even in TV and movies and stuff like that. They have smaller ones that people can use at home. In my opinion, very expensive, but it depends if you believe in the projects and stuff like that. I really enjoy that kind of thing. The idea of finance and computers or programming or any of that stuff intersecting is like my dream come true, right? So of course, I'm getting involved in that stuff, but there's something called, and forgive me, I won't get into a long speech about this, there's something called merged mining. What happens is sometimes, very rarely, you can mine more than one coin at a time. So I happen to be mining Litecoin, Dogecoin, and a few other things at the same time. Whether it's worth it or not is, a long way away to be able to say, but I really enjoy learning about the stuff, so I'm doing some of that. But Litecoin is something that was always able to be mined. It's basically, I don't want to say a fork, that's the wrong word to use in this context, but it's like a copy of Bitcoin. Litecoin is also somewhat useful and expected to be much more useful. And then, Paralige TV, is that how I'd pronounce that? Lakeshore Shaner? Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, no, Crystal Sparkle, I moved my whole system around, and I'm unable to put the camera the way that I used to put it, even with my green screen behind me here. So I won't be able to fix that for today. I'll try to get it fixed up, probably with a different webcam next time. And, yeah, but that's just my camera. But thank you for that. And then, yeah, cruising on the high season travel. So I actually wasn't on all week. I just had a busy week. That won't happen again, but it was something else. Otherwise, we're usually here 3 times a week, but I mix up the days and times so that different people can catch the streams. We give as many people a chance as possible. Michael's Adventures is up on the screen, another beloved and dedicated moderator, and another of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of now 7 years. This creator posts every single day, and at least one video a day. They bring us mostly nature and wildlife videos. You'll see a couple changes on the channel recently. They got over 3,800 videos, if you can imagine. That's just between videos and shorts on the channel. They post, like I said, every day as a minimum. They often premiere in advance by like a month. And that's really great news because it gives a chance for their videos to get into the system, gives me a chance to hit some notifications here. And we always hit notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. Now, when you look at Michael's Adventures, you're going to see a lot of raccoons, foxes, deer, opossums, bird watching on the channel. Sometimes Michael takes us outdoors for a story to be told or a walk around his area, sometimes even a drive-along video. And this creator's been known to play a tablet game on a slot game on a tablet, or some lottery ticket scratching as well. We see that in the shorts videos with a little bit of outdoor content here as well. But he's gotten into 6,200 on one of these, which is really cool. Monetized, of course, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships, and he's actually passed his 4,000 hours now, which is great to see. Oh, I see. Okay, yes. I should have known. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is Shane, Lakeshore Shaner, of course, from New Brunswick, with Canadian Family Life is over there too. And we'll see what they've got going on their channel in a second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now with 11,000 subscribers. It's actually one of the fastest growing channels that we saw in the Superchat family, gaining over 3,000 subscribers in about a year. This creator is fully monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. And they're like Paralife TV over in New Brunswick in Canada. I actually met up with Shane from Paralife TV a little while ago in Toronto. We were hanging out. Canadian Canadian Family Life is Tiffany and her family. The whole family gets involved in the channel. There's her husband, Chris. We know him from his channel, Chris's Creation Fun. What Tiffany does here is brings us a lot of cooking videos and grocery haul videos, as well as some container gardening, Happy Meal videos, shout outs for other creators. She's been featured in a lot of live streams on panels with other creators as well, like I Am Betty J Gathers. So I'm going to join in part of that series next week when I go and follow in her footsteps. When we look at Canadian Family Life, we know she streams occasionally. Usually she gets the whole family involved in these streams too. They're either together or they hop in and out. Canadian Family Life is probably due for another stream. I think they were expecting to do one around now, so we'll keep a look on the channel. I'm just going to grab, pardon me, the latest video and double check that I've got that in my catch-up playlist so I can get caught up. I missed the last couple videos. She's got one coming up tomorrow as a premiere as well, though. That's going to be right before, not too long before Butler Family Farm goes on live. When we look at Canadian Family Life, one of the things I can show you, if you look over at this particular video that I'm circling here with the logo as the thumbnail, that's the theme song that Jake Huston made for them that Tiffany cut into a great trailer for the channel. So I hope everybody will check that out. When we look at shorts on the channel, 2,500, 2,800, 5,500 and beyond, and then of course, like I said, fully monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Forgive me if I missed anything in the chat. If there's anything anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please give it that 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Cruising on the High Season Travel has a really interesting question. When you get paid from YouTube, is it coming to your account as Canadian or USD? So that just depends on where you are, but I'm Canadian, so mine comes in Canadian dollars. What I do, though, for no other reason at all, is I just leave my channels in USD, and that's both my personal channel and Tuber Chat, even the music channel, I would keep that way, where it's displaying to me American dollars. And the reason why is just because it's always nice to, when you eventually get the AdSense report, or if you just wait for a direct deposit, it's always more than you expected it to be, kind of thing. I like looking at lower numbers. I know what I'm looking at, but the dollar fluctuates too. So likely that's going to turn into something also, if that makes sense. When it comes to the idea of taxes, my recommendation is to talk to a tax professional like an accountant, because I have heard a couple of people talking about, and I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, talking about the idea of claiming the income from YouTube in different ways. So I'm self-employed. I always have been. My whole adult life. Occasionally I take a job where I get a paycheck and then the taxes are taken off. Otherwise I have to deal with it. What happens is I got to worry about receipts and everything. In Canada, it seems that it's a little bit easier than it might be in the States, where self-employed people can just collect a bunch of receipts and the accountants can let you know, yes, this is valid, that's not valid, and things like that. But the idea is that YouTube, definitely we have to claim, and it's probably going to be claimed for us soon enough. I haven't seen that yet, but that doesn't mean that I'm right about that either. I'm not necessarily right about that. My expectation is it's claimed the same as income. However, if you look it up, YouTube let us know a while back they changed their system so that it could be claimed as royalties. and whether or not that's going to impact the amount of tax somebody has to pay. The question comes, let's say you're in a tax bracket, and I don't know what the tax brackets are this year, I haven't looked recently, but let's just say that 50,000 was a marker, or 35,000 was a marker for, you're maybe paying 22% tax up until 35,000, and then if you make more than that, you got to pay 30% tax, let's just say. And I'm simplifying it. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm the last person that wants to give anybody that kind of advice. But when you have YouTube income, it can bring up your entire tax bracket. So it's something you got to think about. If you have a full-time job and you're doing YouTube as a part-time business, if the YouTube money knocks you into the next tax bracket, your full-time job may not be taking out the appropriate amount of taxes, and what will happen is you'll end up owing at the end of the year. So that's just an idea. Ben Cyan Games, that's way too complicated of an idea. Basically, myself personally, all I do is add up all the super chats and memberships that I put out there, and then I just hand it to my accountant in a basket. I say, this is what I've got. They file the tax return for me, and then I owe every year because I'm self-employed, so I always have that. But I can't be certain enough about anything to give anybody advice as to what kind of mathematical calculation is going to help you. All I would recommend for everybody is the idea that you need to save a little bit of money just in case you owe taxes, because you're gaining some more income now. The government has got their hand in everybody's pocket all the time, and here in Canada, it is harsh. They even made a joke. I can't remember if it was Family Guy or South Park or The Simpsons or something, and they, somebody said, we're going to Canada, and they said, well, hope you like taxes, because it is, they hit us every which way. But these are just ideas. So I would keep receipts for anything that you buy that has to do with YouTube specifically. And you can talk about things like green screens, lighting, upgrades for computers, phones, cases, and things like that. But I'm not saying that those things are valid. You need to talk to a tax professional like I do. I prepare an income statement. I give it to my tax professional, my accountant, and I make sure that I have every single receipt that I ever claim provable in multiple copies in case I have to deal with an audit or something like that down the road. I am relentless and meticulous when it comes to that stuff, but everybody's situation could be different, and different accountants could find different ways to do different things. I am happy to just, play by the rules, be happy for the write-offs and things like that I might be able to get, but I don't want to recommend things to anybody. Like, for instance, I don't write off meals. I don't even try. I know that people can. I know that if you're running business, you can find ways to do it. There's a lot of ways to manipulate the system. I just don't bother. When I'm done this year, I will talk to my accountant again and say, is it time for me to worry about that? If it's not time, it's not time. As a matter of fact, for me, it might be time to incorporate next year, so we'll see about that. Coach Sherry is up on the screen right now. This creator is talking business, careers, and life coaching. She has always been motivating and inspiring, and Coach Sherry's been with us for about 4 years as well, probably longer by now. I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. You can see she's a dynamic creator as well. When we look at shorts on the channel, we're going to see up to 5,000, even 5,600 views, which is great. And then live streams on the channel as well. So she's been doing these frequently. I don't know why I haven't caught you. I wasn't on very much this week. Usually I am, and I'll expect to be back starting right now as often as I usually am. I just had a really, really, really overwhelming week, but all for good reason. But hopefully I'll catch you for these. I got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Let's spin the wheel. We got another channel coming up onto the screen. Crystal Sparkle, I hope the cat emergency is not detrimental. For sure, but I do understand, Fever Dream Animation is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see the stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then, thank you, Crystal Sparkle. No, I had an overwhelming week, but it's for good reason. A lot went wrong, and stuff like that. Really, I just was moving a lot of furniture and stuff like that this week, and everything turned into twice as much time as it should have, twice as many days as it should have, and everything else. But all for good reason. It's all positive, as a matter of fact. I left that office that I had that you see in the background of those clips, so I gotta get my situation together because I've moved all that furniture and everything else, and not everything fits the way it used to, but I'll sort that out. But I promise you, it's all for positivity, all for good reason, and all is well, and on the verge of getting even better. I'm going to have more time for all of this very, very soon. Fever Dream Animation is up on the screen right now, and they are bringing us a real mix actually lately. So they've been doing something a little bit different with the last few videos here, and I see they got a premiere coming up. That's going to be tonight, actually, in another hour and a half or so. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 500, 600, and halfway towards 700 views. They're going to give you an idea on their About section about what you can kind of expect on this channel, the idea of a fever dream, and then how they're going to relate that into their content. But if you dig through some of this, you're going to get an idea of what they're bringing. I'm going to see if I can roll over anything here, but they've got these animations on a lot of this and some interesting audio to go along with it. They're working on 300 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then Queen Kitty Tarot, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Andy is AceFlaw1. He's been a friend of mine for about 5 years now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at AceFlaw1, they've been down to Tampa, Florida. I used to have family in Tampa. I've been lucky enough to say I've been there a couple of times, as a matter of fact. Once, I think 10 years ago. And I talk about this only because, you know, I'm from Canada. So you notice the cultural differences, even though I find that Canada and the United States are so unbelievably similar. My geography teacher in high school, one of them, had joked, I think it was a joke, I thought it was serious, about the idea that someday Canada would just become another 10 or 12 states. And I figured, yeah, that's absolutely possible. I've been lucky to spend enough time there, but the last time I was in Tampa happened to be at night. And when driving through there, I saw more cars with dubs on them than anything I've ever seen. The nightlife in Tampa seems to be wild. And I, like I said, had family there a long time ago. I'm trying to remember the name of the radio station. Wasn't it 93.3 FLZ? The Power Pig was one of the radio stations, and Q105. And when I was there visiting family, I was kind of left alone for a night. And I forget if I was 18 years old, something like that. And I was recording. I got cassette tapes actually sitting close to me that have some of the mixes they were playing on those radio stations. So that'll be an interesting video to see. AceFlaw1, like I said, has been a friend of about 5 years. They always bring travel content. They post occasionally now, but their channel continues to grow. They're here with us frequently. And obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They got shorts on the channel. They've gotten into 500 views, on the way towards 600. One over 1,700, which is great to see. Lawn Lifters, good to see you in the house. Been a while, but it's good to have you back. Kathy Payne is in the house as well. Good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Handicap Travelers is coming up with a couple of channels right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And that's very cool, Lawn Lifters. I hope everybody's celebrating milestones of different types. You know, you always want to do only what's appropriate for your channel. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. But I like when creators celebrate milestones, not just for themselves. It feels nice when people say congratulations to you for the things you've accomplished. But it also gives your audience and your friends a chance to celebrate for you. The same way that you're happy for other people when they achieve things or, you know, pass milestones and things like that on YouTube. Other people feel the same way about all of our channels, so we want to give them the chance to express that. Handicapped Travelers is going to talk to us about travel from a certain perspective. When you look at their About section, you're going to get the idea of what they're talking about here. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. This looks like something a little bit different here. Braves the Rain, Lucy the Beagle. And then these creators will give us a chance to get to know them. They've got a premiere coming up in another few days here. They got shorts on the channel with some famous winter weather there, getting into 1,400, 2,600 views. And then when we get into live streams, we get an opportunity to get to know them. Were you on again 3 days ago? I'm so sorry I missed this one, their third annual. I probably knew that was coming up too, because they've been with us for just about every stream lately, but I just wasn't able to be on. I thought even we were going to do a stream on Thursday, Thanksgiving, and I really thought we were going to be able to do it, and then I ended up in a working situation I wasn't expecting where we just couldn't get away, and I had to cancel everything. But Handicapped Travelers, I'm going to put that into my catch-up list as well, and I'm going to run that at the end of my catch-up list. What I do with that playlist that I keep talking about, I put videos in there, and then I list the videos. You can move them around on a phone or a computer from shortest to longest. What that allows you to do is watch the maximum number of videos when you have a half an hour or an hour to sit and watch videos, and the rest of the longer stuff gets run at the end of the playlist, if that makes sense. Oh, yesterday and today's snowfall. Sorry, I was just about to miss the other channel too. Oh, wow. My goodness. So global warming, yes. This is Handicapped Traveler showing us some of that famous winter weather. Apparently, I missed some of that today in Ontario. We might have had some in the more central cities or almost northern part of South Ontario. They had a heavy snowfall. I luckily managed to miss that. I'm looking out the window and I can't tell. I don't think I see anything right now in Niagara Falls. Catch her up list, yes, for Vlogmas, says Crystal Sparkle. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Yeah, Queen Kitty Tarot likely won't see any snow this year in Texas then. And then Crystal Sparkle's coming up next. So one of the channels I want to show you here is a second channel from Handicapped Traveler called Sir Dank for Jesus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And forgive me because I'm just not I spelled it incorrectly. Forgive me for not knowing if that's a term that I should know and be pronouncing differently. Where's the yeah, I'm making spelling mistakes left and right here. There it is. We know that this channel is going to inspire us in a spiritual way. I just have to learn about the inspiration of the name. And then when we look at videos, we see that they've been posting frequently. I'm going to grab the longer of the latest two just for the watch hours. I'm going to put that into the catch-up list that I talk about. And I will you know, every minute matters when we're talking about monetization, let's say. 88 subscribers so far. We'd love to push them towards that first 100. We know it's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, and that's the same creators behind Handicapped Travelers. Pretty Enchanted, thank you so much, and hopefully you met a few friends here today. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Crystal Sparkle's coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Well, Crystal Sparkles put out all kinds of videos this week, and I've missed all of them so far. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, and this is a cruise ship, and we were not able to see a lot of travel and cruising content for a few years there. I know everybody knows what we're talking about here, but all of a sudden, about 2.5, 3 years ago, we had creators start to trickle in with, I forget, my timeline might not be right there, but let's say 2 years ago, trickling in with some more travel and especially cruising content. So this is going to be cool to see from the Carnival Jubilee. I put that video into my catch-up list now. That will give me a chance to get caught up with that. This creator is usually bringing us to conventions. There's a lot of cosplay and My Little Pony themed videos here, but they show us charity auctions. They take us to live events. They've got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 3,000 views now, and even 18,000 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. The Milwaukee Krampus Parade. My Christmas sweater, my family has Christmas sweaters. Mine has Krampus on it, actually. And then they post frequently. So Crystal Sparkle has let us know they've actually got a whole catalog of content, I believe, that they're chopping up into videos regularly. They've literally got tons of it ready to come, which is great. And then Vlogmas and Krampus tonight, yes. And then Blester Crochet is coming up. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive the long speeches again, but we did have a couple of cool questions. I'll use that as my excuse for today. A little bit of a clunky live stream, but I will likely have my act together and everything back in its proper place by the time we stream again. I'm uncertain what day. We'll aim for Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I'll try to post in advance and let our moderators know when I can be certain. But I'm appreciate every moment everybody can be here, of course. Our streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for our moderators and our dear friends who are here with us every day, helping out, keeping the community going. Blessed to Crochet is one of those creators. They're here with us just about every day. They're working on 1,300 subscribers right now. They're actually talking more about community than anything else on their channel, so they want to encourage people to connect and grow channels over here as well. They're doing some collaborations with other creators here in between their crochet and other inspiring content. You can see they're going to inspire us in a spiritual way. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 10,000 views and beyond. It's almost pure variety over here. And then when we get into live streams, we know that they're live streaming all month. They've had these set up for a long time, and we set notifications for everything we see, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for everyone. So thank you again, everybody, and we'll see everybody again soon. Bye-bye.